My name's Claire Jackson and I'm an ESOL teacher and I run a gardening group in Hare Hills in Leeds.
How long have you been an ESOL teacher for?
I've been an ESOL teacher since about 2004. Before that I was a primary school teacher.
Why did you decide to run a gardening group?
Ever since I started ESOL teaching, it's been a dream to be able to teach English through gardening. I think it's so much easier for people to engage and learn when they're doing something they're interested in. Having the practical sessions and then taking what we've done and using that to build language, I just find really helpful. Can you tell me the names of anything you used to grow? It's a very informal setting and yeah, it's very different from a regular ESOL class. That's been eating our courgettes.
What level is your gardening group for?
So the gardening group is open to anybody who wants to learn or practice their English. It's an informal group. I can have complete beginners and then people who are fluent speaking and maybe they want to practice their reading and writing. But it really is open to anybody who wants to come.
Can you give an example of an activity where you teach English and gardening?
A few weeks ago we planted some basil seeds. So before we planted the seeds, I'd prepared an activity where they were reading about basil and I'd written some of the uses. I'd given them a little recipe of how to use basil in a tomato salad, and then I gave them a little activity where they had to go on their phones and find out how to make a pesto sauce. So you can tell in that there are various different levels. So it's just attaching the reading and writing practically, you know, to the things that we've done in the lesson. Everyone who comes to the group has a diary, so we do our practical things and then we spend some time at the end of the session simply writing what we've done. So if somebody has a high level of language, they might make notes about some of the things they've learned in the lesson. If somebody has a really low level of reading and writing, then it'll just be simply writing a few sentences and then reading them back.
My name is Cecilia Makala. I've come from Cameroon.
How long have you been in Leeds?
12 years ago.
Tell us about yourself.
I can speak how my story been before I can know people here. I come here because I've been hard worker in my country. Many groups, I can say everything because dancer, singer, everything I do back home with my people. So the time I came here, my daughter told me to visit. I said no being favor because my people there where they can help me, they can support me for anything I want.
Why are you interested in gardening?
Growing up, my father, he took me only for business. Me and he would do business, but the time I married, the person I married, he no business. He been farmer. Then I start go farm. I learn how to plant. I learn how to harvest. I start like that. I just learn everything. Kneading, sewing, everything why it come from my eye. If I look, I can try. I just try for my free time, always like that.
Why did you start to come to the ESOL gardening group?
Some doctor, he told my daughter to find any place, every conversation, or I not really understand people, but I can be listening for people and they not get sick. Then they take me to Senior Action.
So how did you find out about Sunflower ESOL?
From Refugee Center, they give me some plant. All this one I got from home.
So you grow a lot of plants at home?
As I join, he come start garden. I follow. Then my four drama, they come make garden. I join them. Then I go for friendship group, Chapota. They got garden for the community every Wednesday. I join them. So from there, I didn't know how to plant something here because for we just cover, plant anything it grow, but for here it's for maintain the food before it come out. So it been long process to do.
You grow a lot of things here. What is your favorite thing to grow?
Vegetable, I eat a lot, and it help me. It help me for my body. Sometimes I go feel I have fever. As it great teach me when I put this little lip, this one, in the tea I drink. Yeah, I feel my skin warm, so I not take no tablet.
One of the really lovely things about working with Cecilia is, and with other students who come, I'm teaching them English, but they're teaching me about the gardening. And it's a really lovely sort of swap, exchange of skills. Cecilia has much more knowledge of gardening and how to grow things than I do. So I'm often asking her questions about how to do things, and she's showing me.
Can you describe a typical gardening session?
They have a basic structure, but they vary from week to week because I never know who's going to come. We start the session, this is the best bit of the session, we start the session by coming in, looking at our 2 raised beds and seeing what's happened in a week. And it's miraculous. We leave courgettes that are this size and we come back after a week and they've turned into marrows. So we'll walk through the polytunnels, we'll see what other people are growing. We help out, picking some of, if there's some tomatoes that are ripe or cucumbers. We'll work out different jobs that need doing, and then we'll make a list of all the things that we need to do in that session, work through the list, and then finish the session with some reading and writing. And then, of course, all through the session, tea and biscuits.
What do you do with the produce you have grown?
The things that come out of our 2 raised beds, we share between whoever's here that week and take it home. And then the produce that's run for the rest of the catch raised beds, we take it up to the kitchen area and it gets used for the healthy holiday clubs. If they have excess things, then they have a pay-as-you-feel system.